Nowadays, everybody knows you can run out to your local Best Buy and get an Android tablet for about nothing. I mean, the OS is free and the hardware is cheap, so you can run in and get something for nothing. So I saw a cheap Android tablet for $50 and I'm like, sure, I'd like to buy this. The one guy was like, oh no, don't buy it, it's a piece of crap. Whatever, so I had a different guy bring it down in this tiny little box. The amazing hardcore Digiland 7-inch dual-core tablet. Wow. It even has Google Play in it for $50. So let's see what it has. It has a touch panel, slim design, Android 4.4, obviously fake box shot that looks nothing like the real thing, DL700D. It says on the side all the stuff it can do, such as Google Play, Gmail, Maps, Chrome, Google Music, Google Search, and a calendar. On the back here, it's got all the specs. So let me read what it can do. It has Android 4.4 up to 1.5 gigahertz, ARM Cortex A7 dual core, and Super 3D GPU. Wow, this is going to be so fast. And it has NAND flash, 4 gigs of RAM, up to 32 gigs of RAM is 42 gigs of memory storage. Not RAM. 4 gigs of storage, 32 gigabytes of storage you can put in because it supports micro SD cards. Probably only HC ones. 512 megabytes of DDR3. Battery type rechargeable, only 3 hours, at least they're being honest. And then let me just make it so you can read it here. Display, 7-inch, amazingly HD 800 by 480 display. Networking, it supports Ethernet if you have a USB dongle and an adapter to hook up said dongle, and Wi-Fi, 3.5mm headphone jack, micro USB 2.0, playback popular formats, it doesn't say which. Additional functions, it can browse the web, download apps to play games and check the weather, and it can even hook up to my PC. So I'm going to unbox this. So far, I gotta get this open. So what I gotta do first is try to stick my finger in. Yeah, it's coming. And it comes up like this. Let's see what's in the box. Nice, cheapest paper. I mean, let's be honest. This is barely better than toilet paper. It's got a warranty. And it's got how long this should last, blah, blah, blah. 90-day warranty. You gotta love the high quality warranty. It's like they really stand beside their product with a 90-day warranty. And here's the user's manual. And it has, it doesn't really have the best formatting. Just says, what the fuck? When CPU and high-speed operation, especially in 3D games or in long-time playback high-definition video, the fuselage will have the phenomenon of fever. Storage capacity that dishonest nominal for Android system occupies about hundreds of MB storage capacity. Also, in order to install the software needs, the system must lay off certain storage capacity so the actual usable space and nominal space have deviation. Memory space available, dishonest nominal for the Android system itself takes up part of the memory space, and the operation of the program will also take up space if you open them. Please do not use the tablet when driving. Yeah. The tablet's not waterproof, of course. Avoid falling. So, let's see what this has here, okay? Just the normal manual. Of course, that grammar was hilariously bad at first. As you can see, really, manual doesn't really say much, just a little bit about settings. Really, there's not much in here. Manual's a total joke. I wouldn't be surprised if they put the manual on the device either, but of course, the specs here, same thing. It supports AVI, a bunch of these formats, and of course, look at this. Between, I don't know, this grammar's not the best, and neither is the formatting. So, what do we have here? A generic USB charger, like the kind you find at Big Lots. Look here, the bag already feels like it was coming open when I took it out. So, the USB cable, gotta love this, free micro USB cable. And here it is, the device itself. Feels kind of light. I guarantee this thing would not withstand a fall very well. And I'm just gonna... I just peeled that off. It's the point when there's no screen protector. There might be, there might not be, whatever. What was the point of that little thing there? I don't know. But looky here. Looks kind of cheap in real life. There's a micro SD slot, reset switch. It's like I'm using a Palm Pilot all over again. A quick slapped-on serial number, and the ports. You can tell from this thing that it only feels like you got $50 worth of tablet. It really does, but who can complain for $50? So, now that this is here, let's power the tablet on. Power button's up here. Wow, look at this nice blue screen. And this Android logo, man. Android. Gotta love this familiar boot up screen. I'll do a benchmark on this. So as you can see here, I'm gonna set this thing up and give you my thoughts on this and what this device is. Because after all, it's only $50. It might be good, it might be bad, and look. You can see here, there's a screen now. I don't know if you can see here, but the screen quality is far from the best. At least I did not have to do the usual Google Play setup, so I'll give this tablet a plus. And I get all the widgets and stuff here I can drag onto the home screen. Maybe I'll put some here later, but as you can see, it doesn't look too bad. So I'm going to set this up with Google Play, download some apps, and test it in the real world. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about how the tablet is in the real world, but first let me tell you something. I've had a major build quality issue. If I push the headphones all the way in, I will not get sound, so I have to keep the headphones slightly out. Not a major, and the connection also can get loose, so yeah, not a real good idea if you're looking for a music player. I would not use this thing as a music player though, because personally I've got a Zune, I've got a cell phone that's not Android. Of course, the app for Xbox Music on Android is pretty broken too, as I'm having audio issues. I can't tell if it's the app itself though, or the tablet. I'd have to get an SD card and I'd have to load some music on here and test with the tablet itself. I'll do that some other time, but then again, I'm probably not going to use this as a music player, more like a movie player, and I'll have to play around with this headphone jack, and if it breaks, I'll just use some other device, but no biggie. All I wanted to get this was for ebooks and certain other things. Speaking of that, the speakers in this device are horrid. I'll make a video showing what I mean like some other time, because it has copyrighted music and I do not want any content IDs causing the video to get blocked in, let's just say, Germany or some other place like that. But now I'm going to show you how the device acts in the real world. So this is an Android tablet, and I'm going to put the camera down, but as you can see, I'm playing music right here, and I'm going to show it to you by putting the camera down and showing you it. Okay, so a bed isn't really the best place to film, but whatever. As you can see here, the screen quality isn't really the best. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but this is one of those old LCD screens where you have to find a sweet spot to view it at. And the quality isn't as bad as what I saw in the store. I mean, it's actually better. So the store unit might have had a worse LCD display, but as you can see here, it's not too slow. But I'm going to show you how it actually is by loading up the benchmarks. So you can see here, it's nowhere near the speed of, let me just hold this up. It's nowhere near the speed of, and also one more thing I thought I mentioned, when you're sliding up and down, the touchscreen on here isn't the best. It's far from the best, and it's not real good for scrolling on or doing swipe-like keyboards, but if you just do the tap keyboard, you'll be fine. It's nowhere near the speed of a SGS5, a Galaxy Note 3, an HTC One. In fact, it's only about the speed of, like, let's just say, somewhat slower than a Galaxy S3. Of course, this was only $50. I'm going to go to details. As you can see, here's the details. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. And I'm probably going to post these on in the description. So you can see it's nowhere near the fastest. If you're looking for a speed demon, you'll probably want to pay more for a Samsung tablet, like a Galaxy Tab. As you can see, now you do the ranking list. So this is pretty much about as fast as a Galaxy S2. Hit compare. Yeah, the touchscreen on here isn't real good. It has a higher score than a Galaxy S2, but it has slower RAM and storage. So really, if you're looking for something that's high-end, don't buy this. But if you're looking for something that's alright speed-wise, I guess, go for this. Now I'm going to go to, it's also been rooted. I'll open up the CPU-Z app, and I was opening that up. Okay. It's ARM Cortex A7 Mali 400 GPU. And actually, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to screenshot this again. SoC, as you can see here, here's all the specs. It's actually been rooted, apparently. Rooted out of the box, which I find funny because it actually has a LiFe battery instead of like a Li-ion. And the battery drains real quickly. So if you do a lot of stuff, you'll be draining the battery. It'll feel like you bought a used iPod. So it'll be a while to see how long the long-term battery life of this thing is. So I accidentally turned it off, but as you can see, like I said, the sweet spot, it's not too bad for reading stuff on, especially if you hold it sideways, but vertically it can be harder to keep the sweet spot. Okay, so I had to prop my camera up a little. And as you can see, one more thing I thought I'd show you is that while this does have Play support and will run a lot of apps, don't expect them to run as they will on a high-end tablet. So far it will run many apps, so let's see how the camera is. I'll see how well it multitasks apps. And the browser didn't seem too slow from when I tried it, however, as you can see, I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm used to Windows Phone. So you can see, I'm going to go into the camera. I'll take a test video of this in a second. But as you can see, the camera quality is terrible. As you can see the camera right here. And it is terrible, man. I mean, look at this. It looks like a joke. And, of course, this is only a $50 tablet, but I'm going to switch cameras. Back camera. Just as bad. It's like they took these cheap webcams. In fact, I'll make a video testing to show you how good the video quality is. So this is my messy bed, and as you can see, I clearly have a free coupon from GameStop. And of course, a Nikon D1X digital SLR up here. As you can see here, the video quality this thing takes is horrible. And as you can see, I had to prop my camera up on some car keys because it kept falling, but whatever. As you can clearly see, here is a messy bed in my room. I don't know why I'm showing you guys this, but I just needed something to test with. It's the video quality on this thing. And here's the floor. Look how discolored this thing is. It's all yellow and stuff normally. It's all blue and stuff on here. Terrible. So all in all, my verdict on this is if you want a decent tablet for the price, because it's only $50, you can go ahead and buy this. Just remember, you have to treat this like it's not a toy, because this thing, I've heard the build quality on this is bad, especially with regards to the screen, so please don't drop it or basically throw it around like it's your first tablet like it's a toy, because this is not a toy. This is a tablet. However, I'll be honest with you, for $50, especially as someone who's just looking for something to read ebooks on in class, this is a great deal. And honestly, you can go ahead and buy this if you're looking for a basic $50 tablet. It browses the web just fine. It's gotten to the point where you got $50 Android tablets, which aren't half bad actually, other than the camera, of course. It's pretty decent. So all in all, I'd buy this if you're just looking for a tablet. And definitely get a micro SD card though. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.